Just gonna be playing some originals here in here today from Fort Worth, Texas, and my mind is and heart is on South Texas, South Louisiana, and what's happening down there this morning. There's a hurricane coming ashore, I know, and so mostly concerned about the folks down there, and anyway, the sun's coming up here in Fort Worth. Things are going pretty good so far. Still waiting to hear news about the hurricane in South Texas and in southern Louisiana, and I know it came ashore a few hours ago, about 3.5 hours ago, and so I've been thinking about that this morning and the folks that are down that way. So anyway, I hope things go well. I'd like to play a song that I wrote immediately after a hurricane in Florida 2 years ago, and the governor of the state asked people to flee, and so, well, we did. And we headed up north out of Florida into Georgia, and stayed the night in Georgia, a couple of nights, and then went from there on up into South Carolina and then North Carolina. Just going a little bit farther north to stay out of the way. But anyway, this song was written immediately after that hurricane, and it's called "The Sum of Possibilities." Sunshine and moon rises, beaches and the Carolinas. Your eyes fixed on me, and the soft caress of the gentle hand. It's breezes and rain on my face, and saying hello to somebody new. The sum of possibilities of tomorrow multiplied starting today. This formula shows we are the answer, and starting to find a better way. Storms in the desert mountains, ocean winds filling my sail. It's leaping in the wild blue yonder. What makes me wonder, what makes me afraid? And children, the things they believe, I'm starting to see it their way. The sum of possibilities of tomorrow multiplied starting today. This formula shows we are the answer, and starting to find a better way. Well, a new day's come along, so set your soul for dreaming, and what may come from everyone, it's all the faith I'm keeping. What may come from everyone, it's all the faith I'm keeping. What may come from everyone, it's all the faith I'm keeping. Sunshine and moon rises, beaches and the Carolinas. Your eyes fixed on me, and the soft caress of the gentle hand. It's breezes and rain on my face, and saying hello to somebody new. The sum of possibilities of tomorrow, multiplied starting today. This formula shows we are the answer and starting to find a better way. This formula shows we are the answer and starting to find a better way. Sunshine. Well, good morning, folks. My name's Phil. Just playing some original songs from Fort Worth, Texas. I hope things are going your way. I'm glad you're here. I'm just waiting around as the sun comes up here in Texas to find out what's the status of Louisiana and the southern part of Louisiana and Texas. And I know the hurricane came ashore about 4 hours ago, and so we won't really be getting any news or information for still a while. But anyway, I'm very grateful that you're here. That was called The Sum of Possibilities. That was written 2 years ago after a storm or a hurricane hit Central Florida where we were living. So, good morning, AV List. Thank you, Hunter Peed. Thank you very much. Hey, Bovine Donuts. Welcome. Glad you're in the room. So this next song is called Dream, and it's kind of a family song, kind of a folky song, and it was written the week before my son, my youngest son Thomas, was just got out of basic training in Fort Knox, Kentucky, and then was deployed to Iraq in 2006. And so this was written at that time during that week. And he had 1 week to go before he was leaving for Iraq, and asked if he could spend that week with me, and so we did. And anyway, this song from my family came during that week, so I hope you like it. It's called Dream. Last night we slept out under the stars, and I watched you sleeping. And I thought of my mom, my dad, and our kids, and the ones who are yet to be. And I thought to myself, what a wonderful dream, and I'm not even sleeping. Yesterday we walked on a stony beach where the island meets the sea. It was like a painting without boundaries, except it was you and me. And I thought to myself, what a wonderful dream, and I'm not even sleeping. Well, tomorrow I'm on an outbound plane to a place that I've never been. But I'll take the time between you and I'll be home again. And I'll think to myself, what a wonderful dream, and I'm not even sleeping. Hey, thanks for stopping in, you guys. My name's Phil, playing some original songs from Fort Worth, Texas. That was called Dream. If you would, let me know where you're watching from. I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, so that would be cool. So this next song is called Back on These Streets, and it's kind of a a song that was written after a high school reunion, after going back to my old hometown, which I went to high school in Danville, Kentucky, and which is a town about 30 miles south of Lexington. Pardon me. Let's see here. Let me see if I can catch a question here. In one or two sentences, what is your songwriting process like? It either starts from a melody and then the lyrics that myself tells me to sing when I'm playing that melody, or it starts with a notion that comes from an experience. So one of those two things. So I have a song called Sputnik, which is a tribute to the Apollo 11 in America, the crew and that whole event that happened back then. And then other songs like the song Life started from a melody, and I just sang what it told me to sing, and that's how the song got started. And I'll play that song coming up here shortly. So, hey, Dr. Fraser, thank you very much. Thank you, North Sea Citizen. Wow, it's really kind of you guys. Yes, the other guitar was a 12-string. It sure was. And this guitar is it's made by George Loudon in Northern Ireland. So I've had this guitar since probably 1981, so a long time. So this is Back on These Streets, so if you have the time and the will, come with me back to my hometown. I'm going back home again, back where I began. Gonna see my old friends, just like old times again. Well, my God, you've gotten old, gray whiskers on your chin. You're something to behold. Where the hell have you been? And it feels so good to me to be back on these streets, and you can't lie to me, 'cause I know how you are, and I know how it used to be when you and I were 19. Oh, it feels so good to me to be back on these streets again. Let's go down to the square, cruise our parking lot. It's them good old boys drinking Shiner Bock, and up to the lake where I met Jesse Raines. Up on Divers Rock we both jumped off, and it feels so good to me to be back on these streets, and you can't lie to me, 'cause I know how you are, and I know how it used to be when you and I were 19. Oh, it feels so good to me to be back on these streets again. Well, I should have married Jesse Raines. She married some guy from South Korea, and they say she drinks too much, but you know, I don't keep up. And you married Becky Green, if you remember, she dated me, but it was just to get to you. I guess she just loved your pickup truck, and it feels so good to me to be back on these streets, and you can't lie to me, 'cause I know how you are, and I know how it used to be when you and I were 19. Oh, it feels so good to me to be back on Becky up to the lake, kiss her once for me, and maybe I'll call Jessie Raines. I could look her up, we could talk about the good old days. Maybe she still remembers me, and it feels so good to me to be back on these streets, and you can't lie to me, 'cause I know how you are, and I know how it used to be when you and I were 19. Oh, it feels so good to me to be back on these streets again. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Gemini Rex. It's really kind of you. Oh, let's see here. Here in Houston, hey, Towering Redwood, how's it going down there? I've been thinking about you guys all the last week, so I hope things are going okay. I know that you're a little bit farther east of the hurricane, so I know that there's been a lot of prayers going your way and a lot of good thoughts, and among those have been mine, so I hope things are going well. So that was Back on These Streets. This next song is called Fly. And so Fly was written a couple years ago when I was working in my cubicle, and wasn't really written in the cubicle, but the idea came from when I was at work, because I found that my mind would fly away from work while I was doing my job and getting everything done. It would tend to fly away to the people that I love and that I care about. And I just knew this happens to you too. And so the next time I was working on songs in our little house there in Florida, I started working on this song. It's called Fly. So. When I dream, I seldom cry. When I dream, I always fly to you. I fly to you. When I get a moment, I fly to you. When I get a moment, I fly to you. When I get a moment, I fly to you. When the world takes all my time, I see your face in my mind, and I fly to you. When I get a moment, I fly to you. When I get a moment, I fly to you. When I get a moment, I fly to you. Like an arrow through the air, in the blink of an eye. In a moment I'm there, at the speed of light I fly. It's another incredible day. The sun shines down in every way. Still I fly to you. When I get a moment, I fly to you. When I get a moment, I fly to you. When I get a moment, I fly to you. I seldom cry. When I dream, I always fly. Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much. Right now, my mind has flown away to the folks affected by the hurricane down in southern Louisiana and South Texas. And that's exactly what Fly's about. It's taking you away to the people that you care about and just wherever it takes you. So that was Fly. And let me see if I've got some time here. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Jedi Sparrow, thank you. Not Cat the Bat. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you're here. I really am. So this next song is called. Well, it's a song for single people. Is there anybody that's single that's listening to the broadcast this morning? I don't know for sure, but this is a song for you. Looks like I've still got about 30 minutes or so I'm grateful for that. So if there's a single person out there, this is a love song that was written for you. And in being single, there are a lot of lonely times, and I've experienced that at times in my life. And anyway, this is about a single person who gets up one morning and there's an extra person around the house. Maybe somebody you don't know terribly well, and that happens. This is called The Angel Fixer, and I hope you like it. Hey, you, looking at the sun, listen to the birds, watch the morning come. Hey, you, with your hair jacked up, take a sip from your coffee cup. Hey, you, where'd you come from? Just an angel from the morning sun. And if you fell from grace just to save me another day, take this bitter only from my soul. I would spend my time to fix your wings, to heal you, share this mortal pain that we both know. Hey, you with the lonely eyes, if you knew that my heart burns for you. Hey, you with the broken smile, tears just come and you don't know how. Hey, you, where'd you come from? Just an angel from the morning sun. And if you fell from grace just to save me another day, take this bitter only from my soul. I would spend my time to fix your wings, to heal you, share this mortal pain that we both know. Hey, you, Thank you very much, folks, for being here. Really grateful that you stopped by this morning. And I tell you, I have been thinking a lot about the folks in the southern part of the United States where the Hurricane Laura has been coming ashore. And I guess we'll be getting some information from how folks down there are doing. I tell you, I've been thinking about the folks up in Kenosha also, and what a terrible thing that's happened up there, and the things that have happened. And I know that America is a place where the people are still in charge of the government, and the law enforcement works for Americans, and it's not really the other way around. And I know this is a politically charged thing, but I'm just saying that my heart's up there too. So I hope things are going your way, and I think this is going to be a good day. So this song is called Life, and it's about a young fella who has prepared himself. He's worked hard. He's done everything he's supposed to do, and when the time comes, he realizes, or at least he thinks, that he's missed the summer of love. And I hope you like Life. Life is only a couple of weeks old. It's a pretty new song. So I'm glad you're here to hear one of the new ones. Thank you for the kind words and the awards, you guys, and adding the time. Okay. So this is Life. Well, I get up in the morning every day. I do the same old things in the same old way. Drink my coffee when the sun's on the rise. I don't say my prayers till the moon's up high. I'm as young as a smile, I'm as smart as a fox, I'm as fit as a fiddle when it comes to my job. Although I'm just a regular man, I believe that I will till I know that I can. And I could live a life with you, it would feel like no time at all. I could live a life with you, it would feel like no time at all. Well, spring has sprung and I'm the only one left standing in the summer of love. Spring has sprung and I'm the only one left standing in the summer of love. Left standing in the summer of love. Well, there's nothing up your sleeves and nothing in your hands, but I believe in magic when I'm with you again. I'll know you by the look in your eyes. You could clear the sky with just your smile. Impossible things in the simplest ways. I got a mountain of words and nothing to say. I've loved you since the hills were new, and I'll love you until the world is through. I could live a life with you, it would feel like no time at all. I could live a life with you, it would feel like no time at all. Well, spring has sprung and I'm the only one left standing in the summer of love. Spring has sprung and I'm the only one left standing in the summer of love. Left standing in the summer of love. Left standing in the summer of love. That's life. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm recording this broadcast for the first time, and I'm hoping that I can put this out on YouTube so that it will be there going down the road. And and I'm trying to reach a threshold out at YouTube of 1,000 followers, and I've got almost 600 folks that are following me out there on YouTube, which is like new to me because I've just been playing since in these live streams since the pandemic started because well, I work all day and I'm at home alone, and really there's nobody to play to, and so that's how this got started. But if you have a couple of extra clicks left in you, I would appreciate it if you could follow me at YouTube. And once I get to 1,000 followers at YouTube, that will allow me to do a live stream with my iPad. And they won't let me do it right now because you have to have 1,000 people following you. So that'll let me get mobile with you guys, and we could take a walk, maybe go down by the lake and do a broadcast down there. And so I would like to be able to do that. So if you would, follow me on YouTube, and while you're at it, if you follow me on Spotify, you'll be the first to hear about new songs. And there will be some new songs coming out in the fall that have not yet been recorded. And so if you have a couple of extra clicks left in you. So this next song, I'm from Texas, and I was living in Florida for the last few years and moved back about a year ago. And so I'm in Fort Worth, Texas, on the west side of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And so when I was in Florida, I was out there for about 4 years and had just the greatest time. And I'll always remember the time that I lived there. But I guess I was missing Texas, and so I wrote this song when I was in Florida as kind of a funny poke at Texas. I heard somebody say one time, I think the guy's name was Bob, and he said there ain't nothing in Texas. And of course that stuck in my mind, being from Texas. And so the next time I was working on songs, well, that came back, and so the song is called Nothing in Texas, and I hope you like it. Well, let me see here. Let me make an adjustment in this capo. Okay, Nothing in Texas. The other Phil, I'm watching with my 2 little girls. We love your music. Thank you for sharing. Well, thank you kindly for being here with me this morning. So, looks like we've got a little bit of time to spend together, so I'm grateful for that. So this is Nothing in Texas. Well, there ain't nothing in Texas, not out past Abilene, unless you count someone I know who's waiting for me. Well, there ain't nothing in Texas, not west of Fort Worth, just my family, some friends that I know. Well, there ain't nothing in Texas, not anywhere. It's just a way of living life that we call home. And you can come with me anytime. Oh, you can come with me anytime. 'Cause yippee-ti-yi-oh, won't you take me back to Texas? That's where I belong. Yippee-ti-yi-yay, won't you take me back to Texas? That's where I belong. And you can hear those coyotes calling. The sun's already falling. the nighttime comes alive on the range, and way up high, the color in the sky paints the end of the day. Well, there ain't nothing in Texas, not out past yesterday, except the hardest days that made you and me. Well, there ain't nothing in Texas, not today there ain't, just the smiles and laughter and the hope in every day. Well, there ain't nothing in Texas, not tomorrow. It's just a way of living life that we call home. And you can come with me anytime. Oh, you can come with me anytime. 'Cause yippee-ki-yay-o, won't you take me back to Texas? That's where I belong. Yippee-ki-yay, won't you take me back to Texas? That's where I belong. And you can hear those coyotes calling. The sun's already falling. The nighttime comes alive on the range, and way up high, the color in the sky paints the end of the day. Look way up high, the color in the sky paints the end of the day. Well, there ain't nothing in Texas. Thank you for stopping in and spending some time with me this morning, folks. I really appreciate it. Hey, Bombi, glad you're here. Let's see. Coomer. I am on Spotify Pesticide. Thank you. AVI Tony, thanks for stopping in. Thank you for the award, Kane Kittle. I tell you. Hey, Strawberry Taint. My clock is a couple of minutes slow. I'll have to fix that. When did you learn to play guitar? I learned to play guitar when I was 14. So, parents with kids, it's worth it. Money and time you spend taking them to music lessons of any kind. The music will never leave them their whole life long. So, really, really a good investment, music. Okay, so I've got a story for you, and a song, and a story and a song. So this story starts off in 1928, almost 100 years ago, with my grandpa, Tom Dennis, who used to tread up and down Exchange Avenue in Fort Worth, Texas, because he used to work in the stockyards. And he would go up to a little restaurant or a little cafe up the hill from the stockyards and have breakfast, and then he would go back to work, and then later on in the day he would come back and have dinner or lunch. And this was during just prior to the Great Depression in the United States, and he met they hired a young girl there, a young 15-year-old girl there that and he was 20, and he kind of fancied, and so he got up the nerve to ask her out on a date, and they went out on a date together, and then a few weeks later, well, he was a guitar player and a songwriter at 20, and he wrote this song about her, and it's called Sweet Little Cafe. And if you don't mind, I'd like to take you back to 1928 to my grandfather and his song about Sweet Little Cafe, where he met the love of his life. And her name was Frances, by the way. And if you want to know what she looked like, well, that's her right back there behind me. And that was her. She was, I think, 15 at that time. So anyway, this song is called Sweet Little Cafe. Let's go. Sweet little cafe. Nope. Sweet. Sweet little cafe. Wonder what she's gonna say when I see her today. Sweet little cafe. When she's at home by herself all alone, she calls me on the phone. Sweet little cafe. She's got that certain something in her style. She's got a bit of heaven in her smile. She promised me that she'd say yes, sirree. That's good enough for me. Sweet little cafe. Sweet little cafe. Wonder what she's gonna say when I see her today. Sweet little cafe. She's got that certain something in her style. She's got a bit of heaven in her smile. She promised me that she'd say yes, sirree. That's good enough for me. Sweet little cafe. And she did. She said yes, sirree. And so they decided that they were going to get married just like that. And so there was just one problem. It was kind of a big problem. She was only 15. And, well, we don't marry 15-year-olds in Texas. We don't do that shit. And so they got in the car and they headed north across the Red River to a place called Love County, Oklahoma. Back then it was called Indian Territory because it wasn't even a state, I don't think, back then, but that's what they called it, was Indian Territory. And they got married, and they came back to Texas and raised a big family. They had 4 beautiful children, and the third one was my mother. And my mom grew up in an idyllic household, and when she was about 20 years old, she had me in 1960. And then 30 years later, I became a songwriter, and one of the first things that I did was write a song about that same girl, Frances. Right here she is, right there. I wrote a song about her too, except mine is, instead of the cafe, it's called Grandmother's Kitchen. And so if you would, let's go back in time again, not quite so far as 1928 this time. Let's go back to 1968 to my grandmother's kitchen here in Fort Worth, Texas. And she spent her whole life working in kitchens. And so this is a view of her kitchen in 1968 through our 8-year-old eyes. And I say our because I'd like for you to come with me. And I wrote a place, 4 places in the song for you. And every time I say you, I mean you. So put yourself in that spot. This is Grandmother's Kitchen. Early one summer morning in Grandmother's kitchen, I smelled bacon in her old iron pan. And I learned life was worth living in grandmother's kitchen, where biscuits are rising under her hand. And I hear a coffee pot perking in grandmother's kitchen, and peach preserves call out to you, and nothing seems to matter in grandmother's kitchen except me and you and grandpa too. And I hear grandpa talking in grandmother's kitchen about the early days when they were young. And I see the sunlight shining in grandmother's kitchen, and in her eyes there is a smile. Well, I see a big black dog sitting in grandmother's kitchen. He has big brown eyes that look at you. Well, I know there's work outside calling from grandmother's kitchen, but for now I'll stay with you. But for now I'll stay with you. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you. Sweet Little Cafe is thank you very much for being a fan of my clock. I appreciate it. I kind of liked it too. Well, I'm doing good. I'm anxious to find out the news from South Texas and down in southern Louisiana, and how folks are doing down there. I hope there's not too much damage. I hope people have been able to take cover and take care. And so, anyway, that's kind of what's on my mind today. And Kenosha is on my mind today. And well, right now, having a little glass of broadcast fuel has kind of been on my mind too. So, I know it's early to be drinking root beer, and your mom probably wouldn't approve, but it seems to be the thing to fuel broadcasts. Okay. Woo! This is Virgil's handcrafted root beer. It's pretty good stuff. Guys, let me check to see how much time I've got left. I hope I have enough time to. Looks like I have about 20 minutes. And I'd like to play a cover song for you. I'd like to play 2 cover songs, actually, for you. This first one I heard in 1968 when it came out, and really heard it for 2 or 3 years. I think I heard it the first time when I was in my bedroom in Ringwood, New Jersey, and I was 12, 13 years old, and we lived, Ringwood is a little town that's about 25 miles from New York City, and this was 1972, 1973, and there was a radio station, and I had just gotten a radio for Christmas, and so I had my own room, and I had a radio, and I would sit in my room after school and listen to WABC that was coming directly to my room from New York City. And at that time, WABC was an amazing pop radio station, and I was listening to Simon and Garfunkel, and Jim Croce, and Don McLean, and James Taylor, and John Denver. And so I heard this song probably the first time in my room, and but it didn't really stick with me. It didn't until January, and I heard a little folk band from Virginia called Lowland Hum. If you have a pencil and you can write that down quickly, it's called Lowland, Lowland, one word, and then HUM. And they covered this song, and I really heard it the first time in January this year from them, and I thought this is the prettiest thing I've ever heard, and so I have to learn how to play it. And I don't play very many cover songs. In fact, I really only play two. This is one of them. It's called I Will by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Who knows how long I've loved you? You know I always will. Will I wait a lonely lifetime? If you want me to, I will. Who knows how long I've loved you? You know I always will. Will I wait a lonely lifetime? If you want me to, I will. For if I ever saw you, I didn't catch your name, but it never really mattered. I will always feel the same. Love you forever and forever. Love you with all my heart. Love you whenever we're together. Love you when we're apart. And when at last I find you, your song will fill the air. Sing it loud so I can hear you. Make it easy to be near you. For the things you do endear you to me. You know I will. I will. La 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 la. So if you see me laugh like that in a song or something, it's because I'm messing up, and so it's funny to me. I know I'm supposed to be working and it's supposed to be serious, but that's what's happening. So you just should know that I've made a mistake. So the other song. Let me see here. Just keep an eyeball on the time here. The other song that is a cover song that I wanted to play for you guys tonight. Let's see. Well, thank you guys for the kind words. I don't know any Little Feat songs. I don't. I don't know who Little Feet is. Thank you for the award, Monty Boats. John, it's so good to see you. I hope things are going your way, buddy. Pennsylvania Dutch makes some good root beer. I bet they do. I'd like to get my hands on some of that. I bet that's pretty tasty stuff. Hello from Argentina. Wow. North New Jersey with a frowny face. Huh. Hey, North New Jersey, do you know where Ringwood is? That was my hometown for a couple of years. I miss ice skating on the ponds in the wintertime. I miss it. We used to go out in the wintertime, and there were, of course, ponds all around in the neighborhood and everything, and the girls would be dressed up in their winter coats and all their new Christmas clothes and have their new Christmas ice skates, and the ponds would be frozen, and they were the most beautiful thing I think I had ever seen up until I was 12 or 13, and I miss that. There was a girl that I fell in love with there, and of course I don't think she knows that I exist, but her name was Wendy Fazzy, and she was a good ice skater, and I would follow her around as she was skating on the lake, and so those were good days. Thank you, Trivane Sport. Thank you, really nice of you. Kind words. I really appreciate it. So I know I'm supposed to be working here. So this song was written by a lady named Andra Willis. And Andra is an American treasure as a songwriter, in my opinion. She was a regular on The Tonight Show, the Ed Sullivan TV show in the 1950s and the 1960s. And if you're curious about her, you can find her on YouTube and actually see some ancient video of Andra Willis singing on the Ed Sullivan TV show. And I would encourage you to do that because she's simply amazing. Anyway, she wrote this song, and it basically disappeared from the music scene for a long time. And then it was picked up by a dude in Colorado, and he put it on his album. And I learned it from him, and I used to play this song for my kids at bedtime when I was trying to. It was a bargaining chip. I would try to get my kids to stay in bed, and they just wouldn't. And so they did like this song, and so I would make a deal with them. And parents are wheeler dealers, I guess. But I would say, okay, I'll play the song if you will just stay in bed. You can stay up as long as you want, but please just stay in bed. And they would take that deal. And this is the song. That was, it came out on the John Denver and the Muppets album. So let me get ready for this. Takes a little bit of getting ready for. This song is called No One Like You. I like your eyes, I like your nose, I like your mouth, your ears, your hands, your toes. I like your face, it's really you. I like the things you say and do. There's not a single soul who sees the sky the way you see it through your eyes. And stay in bed, please. Let's see here. Wow. Free X Floater, thank you very much. Hey, Kim Jong on the mic, thank you for the platinum. That's really kind of you. Well, I tell you, I'd like to play one more song, and then I have to go to work. I've got a job that I do from home, and I've got to get going to work, and so it's I'm sad to do that, but I would like to play one more, and then get going. And this song is called Sam. And Sam is a new song. It was written in June this year. And in light of what I'm seeing on TV again here lately, well, Sam seems appropriate for today, sadly. But if you live in the United States, Sam is about our uncle. And again, Sam was put together after some of the things that we were seeing on TV in June in the United States. So anyway, I hope you like Sam. In America, the land of the free, we're dying in custody. Yeah, that don't make sense to me. No, my brother is the same as me. My sister is the same as me. Mama, Sam, I gotta tell you, it's time that we made some changes. Oh, people calling your name down on the street. Oh, sing it out loud and clearly. I can't breathe. Sing it out. I can't breathe. There are tyrants trying hard to pull us apart. They won't let America speak. Yeah, that don't seem right to me. No, their foot is on the eagle's beak. Their foot is on the eagle's beak. Mama, Sam, I gotta tell you, it's time that we made some changes. Oh, people calling your name down on the street. Sing it out loud and clearly. I can't breathe. Sing it out. I can't breathe. Thank you very much, everybody, for spending some time with me this morning. I hope things go your way today. I know it's going to be a good one for you. I hope it is anyway. And so y'all stay safe. And I'll be playing again tonight at 9 o'clock Central Time. So if you've got nothing better to do, well, I'd like to spend some time with you at 9 Central tonight. So stay safe, everybody. You guys still here? Oh. Let's see. Looks like there's still a couple of people here. Well, I'll play one more song if that's okay with you. Thanks for hanging with me, folks. Very, very grateful that you're here. This is called the TV song. My brother and sister and I used to walk home from school together every day, and we would get home and watch this black and white TV that Mom and Dad left for us to keep us busy. We would raid the kitchen cabinets for snacks, and that means we'd usually end up with shoestring potatoes. And then we would go and watch TV for a couple of hours until Mom and Dad got home. And we did that for years and years. And this is called the TV song. I hope you like it. Jethro Bodine was a double-knot spy. He lived in Beverly Hills. Dr. Smith was a snake in the grass. We all knew he was. Danger, danger, Will Robinson, there's something after you. Dr. Smith, he's done it again. He's hiding in the Jupiter too. And Ginger was a movie star, but I loved Mary Ann. She was as pure as a driven snow on a tropical island. Lucas McCain was a rifleman. He never missed a shot. You can count on Kirk to bail us out. Oh, beam us up, Mr. Scott. Danger, danger, Will Robinson, there's something after you. Dr. Smith, he's done it again. He's hiding in the Jupiter too. And Ginger was a movie star, but I loved Mary Ann. She was as pure as a driven snow on a tropical island. And I watched with my brother and my sister on a cloudy day on a black and white TV. Tonto was the Indian friend of a man he called Kemosabe. And I still dream of Jeannie today. I open every bottle I see. Danger, danger, Will Robinson, there's something after you. Dr. Smith, he's done it again. He's hiding in the Jupiter too. And Ginger was a movie star, but I loved Mary Ann. She was as pure as a driven snow on a tropical island. On a tropical island. Yep. Thank you for hanging here with me, you guys. I really appreciate it. It makes all the difference in the world to me. It does. Okay, so in March, my daughter Becky came to Texas for a visit, and she just got here, and then the pandemic really took hold in the United States, and she was afraid that she would not be able to make it back home to Florida, and so she called me up and said, "Dad, I know we just got here, but we're worried that we are going to get stuck in Texas and not be able to get home, and so we're gonna leave again first thing in the morning. And so, if it's okay with you, we'd like to come by and spend the day with you and say goodbye, give you a kiss and a hug." And so we hung up from the phone, and she came over. Got here about an hour or two later, and from the time that we hung up, I started working on this song, kind of a goodbye song for families, and it's called "Here's My Kiss," and I'd like to say goodbye this morning with "Here's My Kiss." Here's my kiss, here's my hug, I'm leaving you with all my love. Remember me while I'm gone. In your heart, please sing this song. I'll come again one sunny day when horses run and children play. So here's my kiss, here's my hug. I'm leaving you with all my love. Remember me while I'm gone. In your heart, please sing this song. I'll come again one sunny day when horses run and children play. Good morning, everybody. Stay safe out there. I'll be back tonight at 9 o'clock Central Time.